Hey, everybody, welcome back to another edition of The Negotiation After Hours, a new video series where we speak to WPIC Marketing and Technologies co founder and CEO Jacob Cooke on the top consumer tech and business stories from China and other APAC markets. Jacob is joining us from WPIC's Vancouver offices today. Jacob, welcome.
Thanks, Todd.
Okay, let's start talking about the big report that came out in the Wall Street Journal this week about TikTok's plans to sell made in China goods in the USA. What's going on there?
Yeah, well, quite a lot actually. So ByteDance launched TikTok Shop in the USA actually back in November, which is a similar e-commerce integration to what exists with Douyin in China. Same parent company, obviously. Like on Douyin, brands can set up stores on TikTok and checkout, payment process all happens within the app. This news is actually separate from that, though. So I just wanted to clarify from the brand-owned stores on TikTok. According to the report, TikTok is going to directly sell and market a variety of Chinese manufactured goods, including clothing, electronics, kitchen gadgets, these types of things. It will be an online marketplace, actually very similar to sold by Amazon. TikTok will directly handle all marketing transactions, logistics, and after-sales service for these new TikTok products. So fairly different model. And it will exist alongside the brand stores. So,
Okay. What's your take on this? Do you think this is a good strategy? Do they have any advantages that they can leverage? What are your thoughts?
well, I think in some ways it's an attempt to replicate the American success of other China-founded shopping platforms like Shein and Temu, which also directly sell discounted Chinese-made goods to American users. I think the advantage, though, that TikTok really has here over these platforms is they already have a vast user base. Acquiring customers on any of these platforms is by far your biggest expense. So they'll be able to target users with products more effectively than their competitors. They'll have more data than their competitors. The social commerce model has also proven incredibly successful in China and Southeast Asia. So if the interface, is built properly, and I think this new product could definitely surpass Temu and Shein. TikTok Shop is difficulty attacking brands, just with that US tie up. So I think largely because of the regulatory pressure that TikTok has been under, it's been hard for brands to align themselves as fast as they would say with an Alibaba, JD, or Amazon. So the sold by TikTok model is really kind of a strategic pivot that's really going to open up inventory and help them monetize that huge American user base. Shein and Temu are currently engaged in legal battles with each other. Maybe it's the time that TikTok can sort of come right up in that middle. It's not a slam dunk, I think, in any way, shape, or form, but pretty bullish, and it just might be some of the right timing for TikTok to really sort of replicate a lot of that e-commerce success that they're having in other markets inside the US.
Okay, that's a great breakdown. Thank you. On the topic of TikTok Shop, over in Southeast Asia, that platform is actually having success already in several markets. And you were recently quoted in a Jing Daily article where you described Southeast Asia as a major growth region for online retail. What's the latest in e-commerce and that environment and scene in that region of the world?
Yeah, we're very bullish on Southeast Asia, and that's why we've been investing significantly to expand our capabilities in the region. E-commerce sales were increasing like 50, 60% annually in certain regions down there during the pandemic. And while that slowed a bit, we're still seeing rapid adoption by consumers and merchants. The middle class across Southeast Asia, it's really interesting because it's one of the fastest growing anywhere in the world. So there's a huge runway in the region for e-commerce growth. And I think, a lot of the brands are getting in there early. And I think that's sort of where we are now, but with very, very promising long-term and medium-term growth numbers. The competitive landscape in the region is also pretty interesting. You have two major players there. You have the Alibaba acquired and owned Lazada, the Tencent-backed Shopee. So it's a lot of the China money, which has been early investors there too as well. And, just very integrated logistics systems. So yeah, we're very, very bullish. Like I said, we're seeing those great numbers, and we expect, a good 5, 8, 10 years of runway in the region. Alibaba, interestingly enough, just invested another $1 billion US into Lazada to fortify really sort of the competitive edge against Shopee and TikTok Shop. So it's interesting to see how that plays out as well too. Clearly a lot of money being put, not just by WPIC, but other major players in the market as well.
Yeah, it's quite the battle raging on down there. I think it's going to be a big win for consumers and a big win for brands. Jacob, thanks very much for joining us. And to everybody listening, that's the Negotiation After Hours for now. Join us again next week.